Got tax reform, tax cuts done last year. We couldn't be more excited about that. This is all about American jobs, growth for American workers, and the reason why we have the largest delegation here we've ever had is to say to the world, we're open for business, we're very attractive for business, and come invest in the U.S. And a good U.S. economy is great for the rest of the world.
That was Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin joining me earlier, talking about the impact of President Trump's tax reform here in Davos. One sector reacting positively to the plan, the technology community. I was able to talk with Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates about what he thinks of reform and the battle over DACA. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation co-chair also had some important news about his efforts to eradicate the world of malaria. But importantly, he was not sold on the impact of the tax plan. Listen to this.
It's an incredibly positive story in that from the year 2000 till now, we cut deaths by 60%. So it was about 1 million and now less than 500,000. It's not a thing the private sector would choose to invest in. So through grants, we go to these private sector companies, whether they're small biotech or pharma companies, get new insecticides from the chemical companies, new drugs, new vaccines. And you know, it's purely the government money and the philanthropic money. And, you know, we want to cut childhood death in half again. It was over 10 million a year. It's 5 million now. Wow. By 2030, we want to be at below 2.5 million. But unless you're serious about malaria, you'll never get there, because that's almost 500,000 right now.
Has technology played a role here?
Technology is very important because the software that lets us understand how to invent new drugs and lets us model what's going on with the mosquitoes, how hard is it to get an eradication. We have very sophisticated software models that are being used. And then we use cell phones to track where are the cases, get that GPS location. So it'd be very tough to do this without modern digital technology.
Bill, I was reading an article, and this was written literally about 15 years ago, where you predicted how the world would change in the next 15 years. Everything you said is happening today, whether it be we're going to be ordering goods and having them delivered, and we're going to be online, and we're going to be talking with each other. Can you talk to us about the importance of AI and how it will change the economy?
Well, AI is simply better software. And so, you know, seeing... one place that is super exciting is that when you have computers that can see, then looking, say, on a factory floor and seeing, is there a worker who's not wearing a helmet? Is there a spill somewhere? In these high-value environments, whether it's a operating room or a jail, a factory, courthouse, you'll be able to transcribe everything that's being said, and you'll be able to see things if they're like safety violations, even a construction site. And so you'll be far more efficient in using resources. You'll be far more aware of what's going on. And it's very cheap now because computers can see and hear as well as humans can.
Your foundation has also focused on jobs where we don't see many jobs. And I want to ask you about that in relation to AI. People are worried in terms of AI, machine learning taking over for humans.
Well, certainly we can look forward to the idea that vacations will be longer at some point. If we can actually produce twice as much as we make today with less labor, you know, the purpose of humanity is not just to, you know, sit behind a counter and sell things. You know, more free time is not a terrible thing. This is not a case of shortage. Now, the government, in terms of adjusting and having a safety net that works and so people can get retrained, it will be challenges because the rate of change will be faster in these next 20 years than it's been before. But this is a problem of excess where you can make everything. And so can you redirect people to help the elderly, to reduce class size, to help out kids with special needs? You'll have the resources because you'll just be so much more productive.
Let me get your take on the most recent policy, the tax cuts. Do you think this was a good idea?
Well, every country, you know, has very complicated tax codes. You have to say, you know, did it serve whatever you want to do about equity? And, you know, I wouldn't say score super high on that. Then you have to say, how does it fit in terms of long-term affordability? So, you know, as a percentage of GDP, it wasn't gigantic. We had a very strong business environment going into it. So, I don't see it as a huge plus or a huge minus. When you step back and look at what we're focused on, which is helping the world's poorest.
Yeah, but I mean, when you look at something like taking money back from overseas, wouldn't this be something that would encourage large companies like technology, like a Microsoft, to take money back? Well,
our money has always been accessible. I mean, Apple issues bonds, Microsoft issue bonds, Microsoft buys Apple bonds, Apple buys Microsoft bonds. The money really wasn't, like sitting in some faraway place. Companies decide to invest based on the P&L structure, not just that pure asset structure. So, fine, but it doesn't really change, which project you're starting, how many engineers you're employing, anything like that.
I've got to get your take on the employment situation right now, because there's this whole debate about DACA. Brad Smith from Microsoft, president, we had him on earlier. He said, look, he wrote a letter to President Trump saying, look, we need to protect the dreamers in terms of DACA. When you see what's happening with machine learning, you see where the unemployment situation is, it's almost full employment. We need immigrants to come in, isn't that right? How would you characterize the need for work today?
Well, we built a country on immigrants. We're a very lucky country where lots of highly energetic and talented people want to come to our country. Exactly what those policies should be in terms of how you qualify is complicated. But, people who were young when they came here, they have spent most of their life in America. They want to contribute. I certainly believe that we should all want them to stay and contribute. So I'm hopeful that the Dreamers issue can be put behind us. And then, you still have a lot of immigrants where you want to clarify what they should do. If we could get the Dreamers solved, then we could look at immigration more broadly.
And let me end where I began, and that is Malaria and the foundation. Has it been an easy sell for you I know it's largely coming from governments, but do people understand the importance of the issue? Do they understand that we are not where we need to be in terms of eradicating?
Some things they have an appreciation for. So, for example, polio, because their parents or grandparents, remember, that FDR was paralyzed by polio, and that people in the 50s were really afraid of it. HIV, of course, the U.S. had an HIV epidemic, still has a challenge with that. So those are easier. Malaria hasn't been in the U.S. for a long time. Our best case is where people actually have an opportunity to go to Africa to see how much progress is being made. So whether it's politicians or philanthropists or scientists, we're always encouraging them to get out there and see this great progress.
My thanks to Bill Gates joining us this morning.